What is going on, everybody? Hello and welcome to episode 22 of the Xbox Live Party Podcast. I managed to press the record button. Hey! So, joining me tonight, we have got the very awesome, very funny Bold Man Gamer. We have got Cool Cat Terry of Good Morning Xbox on Sunday mornings. And you're also joined by me and Ash, which is a little bit more disappointing, but here we go. So let's get right into it, everybody. What have you been up to? Let us know what you've been playing, all that fun stuff. Terry, you go first. Fair dues. BMG, what have you been up to? Sorry, if anyone wonders, I've spilt Monster all over my desk and I'm currently cleaning it up. BMG, what what have you been up to? There was a reason why you abandoned it. Nice. Cool, man. Ash, what about you? What have you been up to? Getting old, mate. It's arthritis. Your kids' stuff. You're totally playing that for yourself, don't lie. Mm. That's what I'm like on Smite. As soon as one comes out, I smash it until I've got it all, and then I stop playing it. Mm. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's called something different. Yeah. Yeah. I used to watch it religiously over here. I've never seen anyone win it. There's never been one. They always apparently they have one. Yeah. Yeah. I've never seen anybody win it. Fair dues. So I've been playing a bit of everything, really. Back playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, still trying to make my way through the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC. I've been holding off playing it. I'm doing that as part of like a stream series on the XBL channel, so make sure you tune in Thursday. You can catch me playing that. What else I've been playing? Playing Outriders World Slayer, having a blast with that. I've been playing with V2 Timmy in chat. I've been playing that for the last 3 or 4 days. Couldn't play yesterday. My Xbox kept turning off. There was meant to be a stream yesterday. I had to postpone it. It was so hot in the flat. My Xbox it shut off maybe 2 or 3 times. I was like, I'm just not going to bother doing it because you know how I am with technical difficulties in my streams. I was like, I'm not doing it to myself. I'm just not doing it. I'm a laughing stock enough as it is. I just can't be asked to fucking set up a stream only for my Xbox to crap out. So we're back streaming that again on Thursday. What else have I been playing? Smite. I've been playing some Smite as always because that's all I seem to play these days. That's about it really, I think. Yeah, just those 3 games. But it's Outriders has got me again. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. I am. I can't wait. Power Wash Simulator comes out on Thursday. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that game. I enjoyed Housewood, but I tried that because everyone was like Power Wash Simulator, and I think you said Housewood was good last week. It's great. Yeah. So I downloaded it. I've only done like 4 or 5 houses so far. It's addictive. Yeah. Although I've got one where you're supposed to build this wall. Yeah. No matter what I do, I knock these walls out, and it's still not letting me do it. So I keep going on the other ones. Started just knocking random walls out of his house all the way through. Yeah. There's they've made another game. This is actually, I didn't realize it was on Xbox, but it's called House Builder, which is but like the same sort of thing, but you have to build like different houses through certain different time periods and stuff. Looks a lot of fun. I'll definitely be getting that at some point. But yeah. Can't wait for Power Wash Simulator. I'm so excited. I know I shouldn't be, but I'm so excited. I love those little games where, I love the games where they don't require a lot of thought. Because, like, a lot of times I don't want to sit there and have to read through fucking 10 hours of dialogue. I just want to sit there and jet wash shit. You know what I mean? I'm in, like, every one of those moods. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Tourist Simulator, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait for Mediocre Podcast Host Simulator. I'm going to fucking shine at that. That's my game. But yeah. Saigon. Oh, are they? I can't really hear anyone except Redders. You should be able to. I probably have. Yeah, audio capture. Oh, for fuck's sake, audio capture's not working now. That's great. I can't live this life. Device not connected. That's handy.
Broke it.
Well, now. Well. There we go. Should be working now. Can you hear me now, Thimber? Fuck my life.
We're here.
Every time I try and do a stream, something happens.
There's just been like 10 minutes of people just listening to you chat to yourself.
Yeah.
I should be working now. But yeah. Guys, what have you been playing this week? Yeah, right, let's just get into topics. Fuck it. Like, let's go one of those nights. I don't know what the topics are. Ash, hit us up with a topic. Go on.
Oh, you want a topic? Let me get some topics. Hang on a second. I didn't know I was going to be put on the spot here. Hang on. Got to go through our massive Discord of 700 different things. Hang on. No, that's review.
I'll tell you what, I've got a topic. Skull and Bones finally gets a release date. It's releasing in November on the 8th. Whoa. I know. I'm excited. Are you excited? What do you guys think? You looking forward to Skull and Bones?
Yes. No.
You are? Buy me. What are you looking forward to, Terry?
Yeah, I've been following the game since they first announced it, like back in what was it, 2017, somewhere around there they announced it, and it just never came out, so yeah. I'm very excited. The ship battles in Assassin's Creed was one of my favorite parts, so I'm definitely excited to see how they put it together. I did notice that they took some stuff out, which is a little disappointing, but we'll have to see when when we get the full game. Maybe it's in there and they just didn't show it all.
Apparently, you can't go shipping that though. From what I've read or seen,
yeah, from what I've seen,
you can. Yeah, but you can only get off your ship on an island or something. You can't swing over to your opponent's ship and start shanking him and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Apparently, that's disappointing because it looks nice, and I'm a big pirate game fan. Like Sea of Thieves, I enjoy, but it is a lot more slow paced.
Yeah.
Whereas epic battles would be awesome. It looks good. It's just, is it a 70 quid game? That is the question. And I'm holding judgment till I can see more. But right now, it's took that long to come out. I've sort of lost interest. I'm just waiting for like a good trailer to sort of pull me back in, basically.
Yeah, BMG, what do you think?
I think the game should have stayed in development hell and never come out. I'm a big. Again,
Not one to hold back.
Like Terry, I love the ship battles in the Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Black Flag is my absolute favorite Assassin's Creed. Big Assassin's Creed fan. I watched the event and I was disappointed. I thought what they showed, they saved the majority of the gameplay for the after show. I just didn't think it looked. I didn't think it looked good. I think it looked a bit janky, and it's like, with all this time that it's been in development, you should be able to get on and off your ship whenever you please, jump on your, like you do in Assassin's Creed, jump aboard someone else's ship, to attack them, steal or sink the ship. I noticed if you were switching views on your boat, you kind of like move. So if you've gone from, steering the ship and you wanted to see what was further ahead, the camera then pans up to the crow's nest and there's someone there, and it's like, it makes it. I still think personally that Black Flag does it and looks better than what Skull and Bones did. I was actually excited when they first announced Skull and Bones, because it was exactly what I wanted after Black Flag. Brilliant, that's what we want. I'd love a game just like that. And seeing what they offered and going inside the menus, and you add this and you do that, build up notoriety to get this, and I just thought, nah. And then for it to be a 70 quid game,
whoever in Ubisoft decided to put it up the day before God of War, though, is not smart. Like,
that was. I think they're doing that. They've done that purposely. They knew. They thought, right, no, they're putting it out to die. I think personally, just to get it out, to say we've got it out.
Yeah,
it does something. It doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't die though. I hope it does well, because, like I say, there's not enough pirate games. It does. The premise is good. It just, I don't know. I just don't think the messaging's been great so far. So, like I say, I'm hoping in the coming months they're going to show off some really cool trailers, more in-depth stuff, and it's going to wow me a bit. But right now, I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Should be free to play. It should be a free to play, especially after you can't charge for what they've shown and what they're saying it is. You can't charge 70 quid for that.
See,
surely it should be free to play, or maybe I would happily pay $34.99 for the thing to give it a go, because then I'm not too invested in it. But going to be a game they're going to keep going for years to come. It's going to be like, right, so I'm going to buy it for 70 quid, and then you're probably going to charge me 30 to 40 to 50, per expansion, or I'm going to have to buy a battle pass at like 10, 15 quid. It's like, no. I'm more excited and waiting for the Assassin's Creed stream to when they're going to tell me when I'm getting a new one. That's all I'm interested off Ubisoft.
That's fair. See, I'm the same as you, BMG. I love Black Flag. I think it was the last Assassin's Creed game to really tell a compelling story. I thought that was Ubisoft storytelling at its best. Unfortunately, the one thing I hated most about Assassin's Creed Black Flag was the ship sailing. I didn't like it. I hated it. I don't like the whole you're behind the wheel and you're having to pan the camera. That just does. It feels really jarring to me. I don't like that. I mean, Sea of Thieves gets it right because one person steers the ship, the other one fires the cannons. It's great. I can't do this whole you're behind the wheel, but you've also got to pan the camera, know where you're going. I can't do all these different things, and there's different guns and different cannons. It just fucking overwhelms me. I just didn't enjoy it. And then I believe you had to take down the elite pirate ships. Do you remember those in Black Flag? There were 4. They were like the different corners of the map. My God, they were the most frustrating boss fights I think I've ever done. I just didn't like it.
I've never played Black Flag.
How have you never played Black Flag?
I played Assassin's Creed 1 on release, and then never played any until I'd literally dabbled in Origins for like an hour, and then I bought Valhalla. So, but since putting like 150 hours into Valhalla and enjoying it, I've bought every single one now. Like, because one, I end up getting most of them through Games with Gold and stuff, but then I've gone back and bought all the DLCs for all of them. I've started on Ezio Collection. I've finished one. I'm on the second one. I've gone back to Origins now. It's had that 60 FPS boost and stuff, and I'm enjoying that. But I've never got round to Black Flag, so it's on my list. I will play Black Flag at some point. Everyone tells me it's the best.
You know my stance on Ubisoft. I don't consider the last 3 Assassin's Creed games to be Assassin's Creed.
You said
games.
Valhalla was the best Assassin's Creed.
No, I've never said that. I've never said that in my life.
I think you have. I think
you are telling porkies.
It needs to go back to its roots.
Yeah, absolutely.
I played them all. Unity seemed to be quite widely hated because of them introducing the like pay to open these boxes and things like that, which was wrong. But the co-op was fun. Doing co-op missions and stuff like that, and I say the parkour was absolutely amazing. And on the Xbox Series S and X, runs auto HDR and FPS boost. Plays like a brand new game.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. I really enjoy it, but
I
played them all, love them all.
I didn't hate Unity. The story, I couldn't fucking tell you what happened in the story. But I remember it being the best parkour Assassin's Creed's ever had. And then to go back from that, it just felt really silly. Because like I remember like when you're on, is it Notre Dame? You're on Notre Dame and you're trying to descend it. And he was literally flying down the fucking building. Like it was just so beautifully animated. And then you get to Valhalla and their climbing is just so slow. They're descending so slow.
Viking, she's not a ninja.
I don't give a fuck. He's not meant to be a Viking. He's meant to be an assassin.
No, they're not though. They're not proper assassins.
Don't call it Assassin's Creed. Call it Viking Simulator.
I like it and I like the plot. I just feel like if you'd have took out 50% of the side quests and the guff on the side to streamline it, because like I say, the story and stuff you can finish in like 20 hours, but then it's all of that. You spend 100 hours just looking for everything and doing all the side quests, which some of them are funny, and I have laughed at a few of them, and some of the way they're named and stuff. Like that one where there's that couple and they want to put a bit of a spark in the relationship.
Oh, so
you have to start smashing up their house and set their house on fire so they can get the rocks on. Yeah. They're funny, but there's just so much. Like I finished the story of Valhalla up to the latest DLC, and I thought the whole story was good. I just felt it just drags because there's so much fluff in the middle, and you have to do a lot of the fluff to level up to be able to take on the later stuff, which spoils it.
I couldn't honestly tell you one thing that happened in Valhalla's story. It just wasn't memorable. I was like, fair enough. And then I forgot.
I disagree there, but there is a lot. Like when I went back to play the Ezio collection, it's so streamlined. Even if you collect all the collectibles, you're looking at like a 40-hour game max.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
enough.
okay with that.
Games don't need to be 100+ hours anymore. They don't need to be vast. I don't need to run the full England to do a mission, for missions. I'm fine with that. I
know we talk about this all the fucking time on this show. I don't like the bulk of the game shouldn't be made up of side missions and collectibles. If it's 150 hours and you spend 100 of those doing side missions and collectibles, you've got it seriously wrong. That's how I feel about it. And Ubisoft seems to do that every game now. It's not like it's only happened in Valhalla. It's every single game they release. It's always ridiculous amounts of collectibles, too many side missions to hide the fact that there's not a really strong, compelling story.
Honestly, the story in Valhalla. I like the plot. I like the Viking aspect of it. The bit I thought was the least interesting in Valhalla was the Odin stuff, which is why I've not rushed into.
I'll tell you what, Dawn of Ragnarok is probably the best thing about Valhalla. After playing Ireland and playing the Paris one and the base game, Dawn of Ragnarok is the best content they've put out for that game because it's different. Nice. It's not. I mean, like I've said on previous shows, Ireland and France looked the same. There was nothing,
that's it. Yeah, it's very samey.
There was nothing to deter, like nothing to deter from one another. It was like, okay, yeah, we've got this extra fucking island. Let's just sell that off as a DLC. It all looked like the same game. And that's why I liked Dawn of Ragnarok because it does feel and look like a new Assassin's Creed game. And apparently they are showing off the next Assassin's Creed iteration in September, but
there's two.
Yeah,
two. Yeah, there's the Basim one, the smaller one.
The smaller one, and then the live service one, which is probably still years away. But I keep hearing the rumours floating around of the remaster/remake of Assassin's Creed 1. That I would kill for. I would love that.
It needs it. It's clunky and of age. Whereas at least Assassin's Creed 2 was a lot more. I'm trying to think of the word. It was fluid, wasn't it? The movements and everything was fluid. Whereas 1 was a very clunky game. And if I remember correctly, because it has been a long time since I played, there was a lot of nothing in that game. A lot of riding to and fro to different places and stuff like that, doing nothing.
It's not as bad when you go back to it, because obviously when it first came out, the horse riding between like the cities and the towns seemed to take forever. But when I not that long ago went back and replayed it, and it didn't actually seem that bad and that long. Again, still felt a bit slow, a bit clunky, but it deserves a remaster. And like when you watch that stream where pretty much a stream to announce a stream, which was stupid, for the 15th anniversary, they gave you like a glimpse of an updated trailer or cinematic trailer of Assassin's Creed 1, and it's like, is that a hint towards that they are remaking it?
I remember playing Assassin's Creed 1 back in the day, and when you first get to your first big city and you see that vista, it was incredible. It was like it hadn't been done before. And then, but yeah, I agree. The gameplay mechanics of that game are very dated. They're very clunky, and there is a whole lot of nothing.
See, like a history-wise and stuff, it's amazing. It's just like the modern time stuff, the story of it, the actual modern story of it, of Assassins and Templars in the modern day. It just didn't seem to click right, gel right.
That's non-existent in the new Assassin's Creed. Now it's the hidden ones.
It's pretty much, It's, and if they, because it's like they just didn't put any time into it. It was a rushed part. But if they'd done it properly, it would have played quite nicely. But and the story, because they were all over with it, it was hard to follow exactly what was going on.
They came out after The Witcher 3, didn't they? That's what it was. They wanted to capitalize on The Witcher 3 success, so they basically just made The Witcher clones. The last 3 Assassin's Creed games have been The Witcher clones without magic.
It's the RPG element. That's the worst thing. That's why I don't like it. I want to go back to basics, where the games proper connect, and it's like
I don't hate the game. They're just not Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it feels like it takes too long, and it's like
they added those. They added the mastery challenges to Valhalla, and the only thing they highlighted was just how difficult it was to play an assassin in Assassin's Creed. They were a fucking nightmare to get gold on. It was so difficult. But the other ones, run in and smash it up for like 5 minutes, they were a piece of piss. But
it should. Yeah.
We've completely gone off Skull and Bones, by the way. We're literally just
sorry.
Assassin's Creed again. Every show.
It won't surprise. There's going to be a lot of people excited for it. I'm hoping something can change my mind and bring me back to Skull and Bones, but as it stands from what I saw on their stream and the after show, I won't be touching it. I would sooner go back and play Black Flag again, and probably have a better experience.
I think it's going to drop in price quite quickly. That game's not going to hold $70. I just don't think it will. I don't think there's going to be enough demand for it to hold $70. I think it will come down pretty fucking quick.
I just why the day before God of War? It's literally, if it was a free to play or a cheaper game, then it probably wouldn't really make a difference. I know they're 2 completely different games and genres, but if you've got 70 quid and you've got a choice between Skull and Bones or God of War Ragnarok, if you've got a PlayStation, you're going to go God of War over Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones is something you're going to pick up in the, January sales or something like that. You're not going to invest that amount of money in that game. But like I say, if they come up with something different or show us something different or what plans are to give me a better idea of what's going to happen, then maybe.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyone got anything else to add to it, or you guys done with this?
Better be some Krakens. Better be a Kraken in it.
Yeah.
Better be a Kraken.
I feel the opposite. I feel like people try to act too much like God of War and PlayStation is the epicenter of the gaming community when not. Yes, people on PlayStation are more than likely going to pick God of War, but that's a lot of other platforms that are not playing it. So
yeah,
true. You can't really act like they're the end all be all because they're not. and like for me, I have PlayStation, and I will not be getting Ragnarok because I did not like how they did 2018. So
Really?
because I hated it. I would rather play the classic ones over the 2018. I hated it.
They weren't.
What was it you weren't keen on?
God of War, I don't think.
But there was a lot of. I did so many rants. There was a lot of things I wasn't keen on.
Right.
When it comes to that game, it had a lot of flaws that people just want to overlook because they act like PlayStation's godhood, and so they never want to pull out the flaws.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, I was more for. Obviously, I played all the God of Wars, loved all the originals. Ascension was probably the one I didn't really enjoy, but I didn't mind playing it because I did enjoy them. I liked God of War 2018, but it was more of the not so much the gameplay and stuff like that. It's good how they did one camera all the way through and that, but it was more of the relationship between father, son, and how that went. That's what I actually enjoyed more of the game than the actual what you were doing personally.
For me, is like it was. First of all, I couldn't stand his son. I honestly, I'm not exaggerating. Honestly, every time he spoke, I muted the game because I didn't want to listen. And there were even boss fights that I muted because the bosses wouldn't shut up. It was just like they talked to the whole fight. I'm like, who does that? It's annoying. So I had to keep muting it. And then there was issues like the crafting and the inventory system in that game is atrocious. I hate that it forces your playstyle on how to play it. Whereas for a game, everybody should be able to play the game how they want to play a game. God of War 2018, it's like you have to play this way, otherwise you're going to fail. And I don't like that. I don't want to be told how to play a game.
It wasn't God of War for me.
And then the puzzles were all pretty much the same. They didn't have any imagination on the puzzles. They had very, very few variety when it comes to the bosses. They were all basically the same mechanics, the same patterns. It was unimaginative for a game of that caliber, and I feel like it's very overrated. And people, like I said, people want to just overlook all of these issues because it's God of War. It can't do no wrong, and it bothers me because there was a lot of flaws with that game.
Yeah, I agree. I love the original God of Wars because I like that kind of game. Dante's Inferno was very similar as well, wasn't it? Like you literally just hack and slash your way through levels and shit. That's what I loved about it. But God of War 2018 didn't feel like that. It felt like a completely different game, and I felt like it fell into that same cookie cutter gameplay that all PlayStation exclusives seem to fall into. Uncharted, The Last of Us. I've always had this argument of you could take all of PlayStation's most highly acclaimed games like God of War, The Last of Us, Days Gone, Uncharted. You could take the main character out of each of those games and put them in a different game, and you wouldn't know that you were playing a different game. Do you know what I mean? So if I was to take Kratos and put him in The Last of Us and just pan the camera, you wouldn't think that you were playing a different game. And that's my issue with all the PlayStation exclusives. They all look the fucking same. They're all over the shoulder third person action games. And sure, that's okay, but it's boring now. I want to play something different. I probably will play Ragnarok just because it does look solid, but it's not one of those I'm rushing out. I've got to go buy it. It's going to be game of the year. I'm not one of those. I can see them for what they are. I'm like Terry. I can see like the flaws and shit. Yeah. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people just gloss over that.
They had this system in the game where you had to go, to extreme depths to get these very specific items to make a weapon. And by the time you got all the items to make the weapon was useless because you already had stuff better than that weapon. Like, it was such a flawed system.
I'm going to go back to Assassin's Creed. I'm going to have to bring it up again.
Okay.
That's like getting the Thor stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. And then one of my pet peeves, I'm sorry, real quick. One of my pet peeves with God of War 2018 is when you fight the elves. The elves will sit there and they're hovering, right? Like, they know they can fly. And then you kick them and they'll fall off a cliff and they instantly die because they've forgotten they can fly. And it's just idiotic.
That's fair. One of my biggest gripes with the last 3 Assassin's Creed games is by the time you get all the best gear right at the end when you don't fucking need it anymore. when the game's over.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest gripes of it. And yeah, that's the same for God of War.
Yeah, I got the like the spear, the Longinus spear or whatever it was from the DLC, and that's fantastic. And then I've started to go back and unlock everything in Valhalla, and I got the full Thor outfit. It's crap. I
still use that.
Took it all off.
I still use it.
I took it all off. No, it's not as good as what I've got. So I took it all off. I was like, I got the achievement, tried it like 3 times, went meh, back to what I was using. I agree that I hate games that put these like complicatedly long, stupidly annoying weapons at the end when you don't need them because you've done everything you need.
And they did it for the fucking DLC as well. Like the Island DLC, the best weapon in the game, right at the end of the fucking DLC when you don't need it anymore. Great. Thanks, Ubisoft.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
That's the thing with like all like action adventure games and all RPGs where you have like a skill tree. You always got to get the best skills at the end of the game, and then you don't even hardly get to use them because then you beat the game. It's like we put in all this effort to get these skills, and we barely get to even use them.
The earlier Assassin's Creeds were better because you used to be able to unlock the armor sets, and they would last you. They'd last you a good last third of the game. But fucking just stick all the best weapons and gear right at the end, but you don't need them anymore. What's the fucking point in that? And then you get to Ireland. Okay, you can use it for the beginning of the DLC. It's quickly out leveled. You don't need it anymore. And then you get the best weapons of Ireland right at the end of the fucking DLC. Like, I don't get it.
This is why I like Sea of Thieves, where all the weapons are exactly the same. It's just great. They just look slightly different. So,
yeah. You know what? Since we're talking about God of War, we might as well just use that as a topic because I don't think we've actually put that in the topics. God of War's got a release date. It's coming out in November, on November 10th, I believe.
No, 9th.
Is it 9th? So it just goes to show that
don't
you can
misinform people, boy. God.
It just goes to show that you can get release pics. You can get release pics if you're going to send your dick pics to developers. So it does work.
I just feel like they should have condemned it more before releasing the release date and the trailers, because it literally came like 2 days after all the dick pic stuff. It's like they should have come out and said, no, we were going to release it this week, but you're gonna have to wait another week now because of you being dirty bastards. But they didn't do that.
Don't send your dick pics to the studio. Here, have a release date. Okay, that fucking sends the right message. Nice one.
They should have been like, we know it's coming, but you've got to wait now because our fans are dirty little scrubs. And they didn't do that.
You have to wait an extra day for every dick pic that you sent us. That's what they should do. And then they'd never get a release date.
Yeah.
Fucking I don't understand why they did that. So, yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. It looks nice. Like it's not a game I would rush for. I've got the first one, but the 2018 one on games with like PlayStation Plus. So one day I'll get through it, but it's not something that I rush for. I prefer the old stuff. Like I really like the PSP God of War games and stuff like that, and the PS2 ones were fantastic. But it just doesn't seem as fast paced as those when I look at the gameplay and stuff like that. The old ones just seem so much cooler. That's just personal opinion. I just think I like how it looks. So
I do like Kratos. He's a good character, and I love any character where you immediately feel like a fucking badass right out the gate, and he always gave me that impression. Like that, there was never a dull moment. He was literally there to fuck shit up from the start of the game, and that's what I love about Kratos. And I just didn't get that in the latest one.
There's no worse when a game.
His like 12-year-old son was better than him. It made no sense.
Father and son simulator.
Where games they give you that like tutorial.
Shower with your dad simulator 2018.
That's it. I'm surprised they haven't done a sequel to that with Kratos. That's Kratos DLC. I still can't believe I got like an hour's live stream out of that. An hour and a half live stream out of Shower with Your Dad Simulator. I'm proud of that. Proud of that effort.
I can't wait for the genital jousting one. We're going to be there in another 30 subs. And then we've got genital jousting stream, which I can't wait for. It's going to be great. Only the best,
and I was worried we would
probably
get in trouble. We'd get in trouble for streaming genital jousting on YouTube, but after streaming that new Postal game the other day, I have no worries that
quite horrific.
Will be fine, because that was shockingly bad.
That was really horrific.
Postal Brain Damage, if anyone wants to see that, it is on the channel from the other day. Oh my god, what a weird game. Like a Doom-esque version of Postal. Yeah, Finbo were well up for it.
Right, so yeah, that pretty much wraps up that news. What else have we got to talk about? Oh,
I've got
new,
some news.
Go on, then. You go next.
Well, probably the same thing, but we are getting a new RoboCop game.
Same thing.
RoboCop Rogue City is coming to next-gen consoles and PC in 2023. They're aiming for June, and it's developed by Teon, who developed Terminator Resistance, which honestly is a really good FPS game, a very good Terminator game if you haven't played it.
Oh, it's frozen.
Yes, I thought that was me then. I thought, there we go, another technical issue. Fucking great.
Or is he,
it's
just trying to freak us out and he's just gone really,
there was
really
a bit
still?
of.
Oh wow, now he's got
I'm going to start doing that. Yeah, no, but there's
he's still frozen. There we go.
I'm moving on my screen. I don't know what you guys.
You literally just went like
so.
100 miles an hour across the screen. Like super quick.
What you don't realise is that's me in real life.
He is the real Flash.
Yeah, I'm
Fueled
just
by
going to go
Greg's.
slow. That's it, yeah. Powered by Greg's, I tell you, mate. But yeah, so I don't know where you heard, but it's developed by the people that made Terminator Resistance, which is a really good FPS. It was out on Xbox. It did have a bit of drama because they brought out a next-gen patch for it, but they skipped Xbox because apparently it didn't sell that well. But this RoboCop game, it's the first RoboCop game since, I think, 2003. So check it out. It's published by Nacon as well. Trailer looks really good. It's got the likeness of I can't remember what he's called now.
Yeah, they brought him back, haven't they? The original one.
The original actor. The original actor.
I can't remember the name of him.
It's got his likeness. I don't know if it's his voice, but it is definitely his likeness.
Yeah, no, it's his voice.
Yep,
Is it his voice as well? Well, you can't go wrong with that then. But from what they've shown, it looks really good, really gritty.
Peter Weller.
I love Peter Weller. Yeah, I love RoboCop.
Fuck, he looks old
Loved it as a kid, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I absolutely loved RoboCop 1 as a kid.
He looks like a melted
Good
boot.
in the 80s. RoboCop was good back in the 80s. It fit, but
RoboCop 1 is
didn't
timeless.
interest me.
2 and
I love
3
the
are
films.
terrible.
I love the original films, but I don't think I would play a game. I just think
I didn't like the
'cause he's
combat.
slow. RoboCop's slow. He walks everywhere really, really slow.
Oh.
So it's like
Clearly, you didn't
I
see the
don't
last RoboCop.
no,
I mean,
yeah,
so
because
the
that was an awful
Terminator,
film.
he was slow. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Terminator's slow.
In the 80s, it don't matter because they just caught up instantly. You know, Jason.
No one
walked
ran in the
everywhere,
80s.
and he still caught them all. He'd run miles and he'd still be right behind. He'd say, "We run." You know, it's. I don't know. I just. You'd have to like make it slow because it's going off the original RoboCop, original actor's voice. He's just gonna have to go really slow everywhere and not
Combat
for me.
doesn't make
I think
sense.
it's like
We
that
need
RoboCop.
RoboCop versus Terminator. I'll have that.
Oh, that
RoboCop
was
versus
good.
Terminator. That I'll play.
I didn't like the look of the combat. I mean, this is a guy who's basically a fucking robot. He's powered by AI. He's basically got fucking built-in aim assist. Like, how's the combat going to work? You just walk
Have you
into
ever
a room
played?
that
Did you play
automatically
the
fucking kills
2003
everybody.
one? You have to sort of like zoom in on them and stuff, and it sort of targets them and stuff. So you can take like 4 people out at once. It's not. It's a different type of game. It's not all about like hiding behind things and stuff. It may be story driven or something. I'm looking forward to it.
It does
It's
look
the
good.
big. It's those
It
big
does look
massive
really pretty.
robots, though, isn't it? It's the big massive walking robot thing that falls down the stairs.
Oh,
They're the things you got to worry about.
How disappointed
The
you're going to be
super
when you
clumsy
find out
ones
it's
that
an
just
on the
fall
rail
over
shooter.
everything.
Hey, I would take that unless it's as bad as that Rambo
Rambo.
on the rails. Yeah.
I didn't
That
mind the
Rambo
last.
where it gives you co-op without any reason why there's co-op in it.
Oh, that game was awful. Absolutely awful.
I didn't mind the last
yeah.
movie, but a lot of people fucking hated it.
I like the last Rambo movie. I thought
No,
it was
not
quite
Rambo.
good. It was
Talking
unneeded. No, the Rambo movie was good as well, but that
Rambo's-
last RoboCop film was dog.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Oh no, it was dog. Your taste for films is as bad as your taste in games, mate. Because that RoboCop film was gash.
I thought it was pretty decent. I like the new way that he becomes RoboCop. I know, like, one of the highlights of the first movie was him getting his fucking legs and shit blown off, and like the special effects.
Yes.
Like that was like one of the biggest highlights in that original movie. But I like the way they addressed it in the reboot, where he just gets blown up by a fucking car, by a bomb.
Yeah, it made more sense.
Yeah,
and I liked how they did the RoboCop. It wasn't RoboCop for me. It could have been a different.
Jackson was a bit much, but he's basically Samuel L. Jackson in every fucking movie he's in now. He's just Samuel L. Jackson. That is his character.
But I am really looking forward to this game anyway. The game looks good. If it's anything like Terminator Resistance, it'll play good. I mean, it wasn't like Game of the Year worthy, but it was a solid game with like side missions and stuff in the main missions.
There's a new Terminator game being made as well, isn't there? They're making
probably.
I read about it the other day. They're making a new open world Terminator game set between, I think it's Salvation and something else.
Why does it have to be open world?
Oh, mate, that's the only way I'm going to play it is if it's open world.
No,
the last one's been shit.
No. What was that Terminator game that was on the PS2 and like GameCube and Xbox? They were quite good. Was it Terminator Resistance? I quite like that. There was a lot of like driving sections and like on-rail shooter sections on back of cars and stuff. That was really good.
Was that not a spin-off from Terminator 3, the Rise of Machines film?
Yes.
It was
like a spin-off. It didn't follow the plot, but it was like around that. I quite like that. I thought that was a very good game. I played it a few times. Redemption, was it? Terminator 3 Redemption? I can't
remember.
What was the last movie?
I can't remember, but it was quite good.
What was the last Terminator movie? Judgment?
Genesis, wasn't it?
Judgment.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
No,
Genesis.
it's one where they brought back Sarah Connor.
Did you see that? Did you see that movie?
I saw the one where they brought him back.
Fucking awful. Absolutely awful. They've basically just done what the fuck they like with the timeline. Apparently you can now go back in time and like change everything.
I stopped watching Terminator after the third one because that was like it was good enough at that point, and then it's like because I was like, no, now you're just milking the series. It's just getting stupid with all of these plot holes with the time traveling and erasing other timelines. So basically, every time they make a movie, all the previous movies basically get deleted. It's like I can't with this.
That's the problem with time travel, though, isn't it? They can literally just do what the fuck they like with it over and over again.
The only person that didn't change, that was the one. The only person that didn't change for all the timelines changing was Arnie. He just got older.
Yeah.
I liked him as Dad Terminator, though. I thought he was good as Dad Terminator.
No. Terminator 2, Judgment Day was the best Terminator film.
Absolutely.
They should have left it at that.
Terminator 2
should have been the last one. Should have been the last one.
Well, it was 3 where he'd come out with I want your clothes, your boots, your motorcycle, and he ends up with the fucking Chip and Dale.
Elton John glasses.
The comedy.
Elton John glasses and fucking assless chaps. Like,
Isn't he like CGI in one of them?
Yeah,
like
the last two.
No, there was Terminator Salvation. He wasn't in it at all. They just used his face, which was the one with Christian Bale, which was like a spin-off.
I like that one. That was a good movie.
And then Genesis and Dark Fate, he was actually in it. He probably was very CGI'd over the top to make him look slightly younger.
That's what it's called. That one. That was the last Terminator movie. Dark Fate.
Yeah, Dark Fate. I enjoyed Dark Fate. I didn't enjoy the one before it, though. The one with Doctor Who in as the bad guy. Was it Doctor Who? No, not Doctor Who. He looked like Doctor Who, wasn't it? He looked like Doctor Who. I'm getting people mixed up now.
I know the one you're on about. The fat
guy. Where they
John
had
Connor.
John Connor was the bad guy, and you were like, "This is lame as." Like it's like they just
what could be the ultimate twist?
Yeah. That's like getting to end it film and it being like, actually, I'm not a robot. I've been a human all along. And they're like, oh, right. Well, there we go.
It's a shame, man, because like, Terminator is one of those franchises where it could literally do whatever it wants, but it always chooses the shit thing to do. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many ways that they could address. Like, they could even go into the future now. You don't have to be stuck in, the past. I mean, Salvation kind of did that. I want to see them like fight the war. Like, all we ever hear about is, the war of the machines. But we never actually see the fucking war of the machines. We always see, like, the aftermath where they're stepping on human skulls and shit. Like, show us the war. I want to see the war now. I'm tired of hearing about John Connor and how he's the fucking saviour. Like, I want to see the war. Anyway, I digress. So, what do we have to talk about next? Go on, Ash. Set us up with another topic.
Oh, Hideo Kojima, everyone called him a terrorist. That's obviously not something he wanted for his day. He probably woke up and was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Oh, yeah, some media outlet outed him as the assassin who
from that Japanese XPM.
Shinzo Abe.
Yeah, I think it was some media made a joke, and then another media thought it was fact, and then they ran the story.
Sounds like
yeah,
IGN.
and then they just sort of kept going with it. So, they made a joke, which probably could be perceived as like quite racist, just saying, "Oh, all Japanese people look alike." He did kind of look similar from like the very shitty picture they took, but then like there's just slapping his face on all these news. It's like it's him.
Yeah,
and then they've even come out and said they'll sue them and stuff like that.
He's threatening legal action now,
and stuff. Yeah, I don't blame him. Like no one wants to be accused of being an assassin, do they?
Yeah, it's his reputation as well. You know, it's that stuff like that can be damaging because if you don't really know who he is, apart from seeing that's all you're going to think. That's all you're going to know.
You would think that they would use their fucking heads, though, wouldn't you? Oh, game developer assassinates fucking former prime minister.
They weren't calling it. They were just using his photos. They weren't saying it was him as such.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, they're just using the photo of him for.
It's like TMZ,
as if he
it's
did
like
it,
TMZ kind of journalism. That's.
Yeah. Kotaku journalism at its best, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's a horrible situation. I mean, it was an assassination at the end of the day, but it wasn't Hideo Kojima. It certainly wasn't Hideo Kojima.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I don't understand how they could get that so horribly wrong.
Who had that on their podcast bingo for this week? I didn't, I tell you.
I was literally like desperate for topics. I was like looking through like news stories. Oh yeah, this will go. This will work. Let's just talk about this.
Hasn't the Modern Warfare 2 stuff leaked? Did I see some on that earlier? Wasn't there? Yeah, the multiplayer details. Video Games Chronicle. Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer details have seemingly leaked, including modes, perks, kill streaks, and field upgrades, which could appear in the new Call of Duty.
We need to get you as a permanent panel member, BMG.
No, you don't want that.
You can get all our fucking topics sorted.
I just like when I turn up and I've not sent you in this time. Yeah, it's all right. We'll just see what comes up. That will do.
Yeah, what are the details? What's new?
That I didn't get that far.
Oh,
I only had a look. I was only just skimming to have a look. I was flicking through Twitter today, and they announced that they just like some of the stuff's leaked and probably some code that someone's found. I should really have read it beforehand, but it's too hot. I'm sweltering.
It's Call of Duty. We don't care that much.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm quite looking forward to this shit. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this shit.
I've not played Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. Fell off it after that. But I quite like the idea. I think it's more that they're not bringing one out in 2023. So instead of it... No, they've announced... I think it was months ago, they announced that next year's Call of Duty was being delayed. So I don't remember the reason. I think it's just to give them more development time. But
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but I think that's why a lot of people are thinking they're a bit more interested to come back into it, because if you're on the Xbox side, you'd get your Call of Duty.
You don't need one every year now when you've got Warzone
access
running
to everything.
Throughout. You know what I mean? Like Warzone itself is its own game. You don't need to have a fucking Call of Duty every year. You could just have like different seasons of Warzone. Yeah.
But see, things could still change if and when the deal finalizes with Microsoft. But was it by June next year? Was that I can't remember. They did say, I think it was like June latest to close or something like that. I could be wrong. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. So if they've delayed it a year, could that be something to do with Xbox taking it? I don't know. Do they just want to give their teams more time to come up with something better because of how... I'm not saying Vanguard was completely bad and awful, but it did quite poor in sales, player numbers, and players dropping off.
I didn't play Vanguard. I don't think I played the one before that either, Cold War. I didn't play that.
Yeah. I didn't touch World War II or anything. I like more of the modern stuff than going back to the old war games, because they've done that so many times between Battlefield and Call of Duty. But I think it seems to be a bit more appealing. If a game's going to have at least 2-year cycle in it, I'd probably want to try it out, thinking it's not going to be outdated in like 10, 11 months.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to it more. and obviously it's going to be interesting to see where things change next year.
One of my biggest hopes for this acquisition is that Microsoft starts pulling some of them off Call of Duty and starts putting them on other projects. Because I don't want to see every fucking studio at Activision making Call of Duty. That just...
They're going to pull them all off of Call of Duty and they're going to put them into the Halo Infinite mine because that needs it. They're going to be like, right, they're going to like give them that breath of freedom. They're going to like cut the padlocks off the Activision officers and they're all going to crawl out and they're all going to be like fatigued and like really long hair and stuff because they've not been let out in months. And they're going to be like, and then they're going to just bundle them into the back of a van, drive over, and then they're going to throw them into the 343 officers.
Oh,
because...
Yeah, makes him sense of this shit.
Yeah.
Kick him into the cave.
That's it.
They've delayed the co-op flight, haven't they, for Halo
surprised
Infinite?
me.
Yeah, they've delayed. Oh God, what was I reading? I don't know. I've not even got it up. Yeah, they've delayed that. I don't know if it's only by a week or so, or they're going to let people know. They did the flight to test out the co-op campaign
of what? Oh, Halo.
Of Halo Infinite.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the only news you ever hear,
up.
the only fucking news you ever hear about Halo Infinite now is what a shit show it is. There's never anything positive being said about it.
It's not Halo Infinite's fault. Fall Guys got more Halo content than it recently. It's not its fault that they've spent more time putting a Fall Guys backpack into MCC than they've spent on Infinite. It's not free for freeze for all. They're just shit, obviously. I mean, yeah. I'm assuming they're working hard behind the scenes, but it's not showing on this side of things. It's just baffling. Like they announced this was going to be their 10-year plan. And if they'd have not said that and stuff, and it wasn't going to be amazing, it wasn't going to be this, that, and the other, we probably wouldn't have given them shit. But the fact that they made it out that this is going to be the big live service game. And then they launched it half-baked, and then it's been what? It's nearly going to be a year at this rate before we get co-op.
A live service game.
Yeah, but hey, that's people enjoy it. It still plays fantastic. If you haven't played Halo Infinite, the campaign is great, and the multiplayer is fantastic. The multiplayer feels fantastic. It just gets very stale quickly because there's a lack of variety to it. Yeah. I mean, do you remember when like Halo 3 and 2 came out, and the map packs would be like 4 maps at a time?
Like
not
Call
one.
Yeah,
like Call of Duty. I miss the days when you used to rush out and get that Call of Duty map pack thing.
I'll tell you what,
only like 10% of the player base had it, so there was no one in those lobbies. It was great.
I loved Call of Duty up to, same as BMG, Black Ops 2. And then when Ghost came, I felt like they've been dropping the ball every year since. I didn't like that high-octane fucking verticality Call of Duty. That's not Call of Duty. That's fucking something else. So don't make it a Call of Duty game. I can't keep up with it, man. That's my biggest
Call of Duty 2 remaster. Call of Duty 2 remaster. That's all I want. Call of Duty 2, like it went Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, and then it went to like World at War 3, and then it's Modern Warfare 4 was better.
The last like solid Call of Duty. Don't get me wrong, I loved the last Modern Warfare, the 2019 one. I love that.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. I just
great.
Don't think they hold up to the classics.
Yeah, they don't.
To me, I could jump into COD 2 all the time and play it. The multiplayer is simple but really fun. Yeah. There's a lot of variety to the maps. They weren't all samey, and the campaign was good. It took place over different like regions, and you play as different people. I thought it was fantastic. And I've never recaptured my love of COD after World at War. It's because it
caters too much to the esports crowd now. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's I have no interest in getting like weapon skins and stuff. And why is Godzilla in it? Which is funny, but why is Godzilla in it? Like why is King
Rambo
Kong
in it?
Money.
Was it Ghostface in it?
Yeah,
in COD as well. You all remember that classic Call of Duty character, Ghostface?
I've said it before, but Call of Duty just reminds me that I'm getting old. Like that's the problem. Like I can't keep up with it now. Like my reactions are getting slower. I can't keep up with these fucking kids that are fucking Halo jumping around fucking corners. It's not a fun time for me anymore. I used to love Call of Duty when it was like proper competitive, not fucking esport competitive. So yeah, Black Ops 2 was the last one I really enjoyed. Modern Warfare 2 was really good. I like the multiplayer, but it wasn't as good as Black Ops 2. And I didn't even bother playing fucking Black Ops 4, is it? Or 3? You know, the one that was purely multiplayer.
I got that, and it was shit. Yeah, but the fact that they thought they could they basically did a Warzone but charged you for it, basically, and it didn't work. So I like that one. What was the Black Ops? Was it original Black Ops where you played as like the 4 presidents in the bunker? That was ace in the multiplayer. But Black Ops to me was the zombies was always better than the campaign. I don't know why.
I've always hated zombies. I couldn't stand the zombies mode. Rather than have it bolted onto Call of Duty, why don't you just make a zombies game and call it from the creators?
Well, I agree. Like they got all those cool like horror characters in, and they got the famous people to do the voices of all those people. I'm like, why not spend effort and expand on it? But you think they would? Like they've hoard Call of Duty out so much. I'm surprised there isn't a zombie spin-off game on its own that isn't mobile. Do you know what I mean?
What's your thoughts on Call of Duty, Terry? Is it one that you pick up every year? Or?
No, not a big fan of it anymore. Like I played it, I had my fun with it, but it's just not something that I waste money on anymore. The last one I physically purchased was Infinite, and then I had a friend buy me. Modern Call of Duty, like 2 Call of Duties ago. I think they bought me, and then but yeah, no, I don't buy them anymore.
That's fair. BMG loves Call of Duty, BMG.
Just don't have fun with them anymore.
Well, hopefully, come this next one, that I will actually enjoy it again. I was quite good at Black Ops 2 back in the day. Like say yourself, my reactions are so much so I have to look at the controller. Right, push A. Oh, I'm fucking dead.
I can't fucking stand. I can't fucking stand that they're using the same characters from the original Modern Warfare games in the new Modern Warfare. That's the thing I don't like. Because like Soap McTavish, he's in the new Call of Duty. He's dead. He's dead in the fucking previous games. I don't like that they brought.
Well, maybe they'll explain it. It may be like a prequel to them.
I don't think it will be.
He's a clone.
What happened in between?
Yeah.
I just hope we're getting past this where obviously I have both Xbox and I have PlayStation. But the problem always with Call of Duty, it's PlayStation got so much stuff exclusive for the first year. It kind of isolated a lot of people
then
on the Xbox side of stuff.
Did the same thing.
And I'd rather just be open to everyone access to everything day one.
I'm interested to know,
because I do prefer Xbox over PlayStation.
I'm interested to know what's going to happen with those marketing deals after the acquisition, whether they're going to keep allowing PlayStation to have the marketing on PlayStation, or if they'll
have to honour it, won't they?
I know they'll have to.
They've already said
they'll have to honour the existing contract. I get that, but then I think it's like 2024, isn't it? Where
there's no chance they're going to let PlayStation keep it after that contract runs out. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how like in control of Activision Microsoft's going to have. They might allow them some sort of freedom like that.
I don't think they'd allow them that much freedom.
No, but even though it was the actual deal finishes in 2024, it doesn't actually includes the game as well. So I don't know if they'll get another after this Call of Duty if they've only got another one or another 2.
I think it's 2024.
Generally with it being yearly. Yeah, but I'm saying, but now with the other one, the 2023 game being delayed till 2024, which obviously pushes the next one out, does that extend the deal? Like with Deathloop, because Deathloop was delayed, it extended the deal with them till September instead of, May or August, whenever it was originally coming out.
I don't think people realise just how significant this Activision deal is going to be until we start getting Call of Duty on Game Pass day one. And like all the older Call of Duties on Game
can't
Pass.
wait for all the old Call of Duties. I not even that. Just all the old Activision games. So like what they did with Bethesda when they stuck a load of them on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Imagine what that drop's going to be like day one when they do that. Like here's a load of Activision games. Just give me all the Tony Hawk games. That's all I want. Give me like all the Tony Hawk games.
Coming to Game Pass, Spyro and Crash Bandicoot.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad that you think about it.
Yeah.
It's just. I hope they bring more of them out, and I hope they start. But Microsoft are notorious for neglecting their IPs. So I just hope all these amazing IPs Activision don't get lost in the future.
I really hope they make another prototype. Like get Raven fucking software off Call of Duty and get them making a prototype. Just make a new prototype game. I want to see them.
Did Raven make those Transformer games?
Don't know. I can't remember.
Or was that someone else? Who made those amazing Activision Transformer games on the 360?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whoever they were, they need to be remastered and backwards compatibility, or just remade.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah. I think it is going to be fairly hard, though, isn't it, to try and once Microsoft, if the deal does go through, are they going to start taking these teams back apart again?
They need to,
because a lot of them have been they've been rolled that deep into them for that long now. Do the original teams even exist? Because that's the problem. It's all right having the name, but if you haven't got the original team that did all these things, you're just making another studio. Well, it's like Vicarious Visions. I was gutted to hear when they've rolled them into being a support studio. It's just like because Tony Hawk came out and said there was going to be Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 remastered and what have you, but they scrapped it because they were
stuck in the mines.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
It makes no sense because that Tony Hawk sold fantastic.
I love that.
Compared to what they were expecting.
I love that.
But it's not. They can't make constant money off it, can they? That's the problem. You buy it. That's it.
It's different with Xbox though. Do you know what? Tony Hawk's would be an amazing game for Game Pass because you could just keep adding a selection of new maps every couple of months, and it keeps people subscribed and playing and stuff like that. That is a live service game that could work a Tony Hawk's game, in my opinion, done right. But don't listen to that, people, because I don't want a live service Tony Hawk's game. I'd rather have just remakes of all of the old ones.
I'd be alright with a live service skating game, to be fair. I was saying this on Twitter the other day. One of my biggest hopes for Skate 4 is that it's a live service skate where you basically load up the game into a fucking world that's populated with people. I know Skate 3 kind of did it, because you would often see avatars skating about, but they were just AI. They weren't actually players. But I would love them to go to that next level and just have an open world where you turn on the game, log into a server, and then the server's populated by 20 people, and you can just skate around and do your own fucking thing. I'd be alright with a live service skating game. Be fine with it. But Tony Hawk's, I mean, yes, they're a skating game, but they're pretty much a linear level select.
Whoa. Oh, what is it? American Wasteland? That was open world, pretty much. You went
and it was shit,
to and from. No, it was not. That is a good game.
The first two Tony Hawk's games are the best. They all went to shit after that.
Nah, they're all playable up to number 5. And the Wii ones... No, but they're all enjoyable. Tony Hawk's Underground and Underground 2 is so funny. I enjoy Tony Hawk's Underground 2, just where it got stupid. I enjoyed Project A. They didn't have that highlight of the high sort of pinnacle of Tony Hawk's 2. But if you go back and play Tony Hawk's 1, it's not that great. It ages terribly. 2 sort of really sort of defined the series.
I think Skate got ahead of Tony Hawk's when it came out.
I don't know. I quite like just pressing buttons. I don't like having to flick me sticks in the right place to do so. I don't care.
Tony Hawk's needed to evolve. You couldn't just have the same game coming out all the time.
You could. I'm fine with that.
Some fucking genius at Tony Hawk's HQ thought, let's give them a peripheral. Let's give them
that
a
was
board.
Silly, definitely.
And then but then someone at EA was like, well, why don't you just use the analog sticks to do the flick tricks? Fucking genius idea. Skate pretty much put the fucking nail in the coffin of Tony Hawk.
I like Skate. I just don't like it as much as Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk is a game you can jump on and just chill and play.
You can do that on Skate.
Whereas I still do that now. Skate's too much faffing about and
have you even played
wiggling
Skate?
It's too technical.
Yeah.
It was too technical.
If I wanted to get technical, I'd learn to skateboard really.
I still put Skate 3 on.
I just want to press down, forward to manual, and I'm sorted. That's all I want.
Or you could just slightly pull back the thumbstick, and then you're manual anyway.
Nah, not as good. Not as good. No fun.
I love it.
I still think they should bring back as that Disney skateboarding game that needs a remake, where it's just Tony Hawk's but with Woody and Buzz. That's an amazing game.
There was a really shit scooter game that came out at the same sort of time as Tony Hawk's height of success. And I remember I fucking loved it. It was absolute garbage, but I loved it. And
I know which game I had that game as well.
You could play as Tito Ortiz.
Yeah.
Why? It was so rubbish, but it had like the best soundtrack. I remember it just having an absolute fucking amazing soundtrack, and it made
I like the rollerblade one. That was just a rip of Tony Hawk's, but it was, what was it, aggressive inline, stuff like that. Oh, I missed that boom where everything was an extreme sports game, and they all sort of played similar. Like the Dave Mirrors, the Tony Hawk.
I used to skate. I used to skate back in the day when I was like 14, 15. I'm 6'8" for fuck's sake. I used to skate back in the day. I have days now where I'm like, you know what? You're 36. You're 350 pounds, 6'8". Why don't you get a skateboard and go skating around the neighborhood? You don't need ankles. You don't need knees. Even today, I still think about getting a skateboard and going skating. It would be fucking disastrous. I would end up in A&E, but I still get those. I still get those days. I'm like, I want to fucking watch CKY and skate. They were the best days, man.
200 quid. You've been framed. You'll be sorted, mate. You'll be good.
I'll be on there every week.
That's it. Yeah.
This week,
we'd make a killing off of
breaks his ankle.
YouTube shorts with you just falling over and stuff and crashing. It'd be great. Let's do it.
Oh, mate.
I'll move on to another topic though.
Yeah, do it, because I'll just waffle on here.
We went from one sort of leak of an upcoming game, obviously Modern Warfare, and we're going to go to an even better leak now, which, because I know all these people in the chat love Nickelodeon, and we're getting a Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3, and I'm not going to dwell on this much because I know I'm probably the only one that's going to buy this, but this one has got voice acting now, so all the characters have got voice acting, which was sorely missed in all those past games, so I'm looking forward to it. Apparently, it's got over 40 characters. There's going to be transforming carts and bikes into sort of like watercraft and stuff, similar to what they've had in previous ones of Mario Kart and stuff, with 36 different tracks and multiplayer, split screen, and online. And it's coming apparently the 10th. It's apparently the 7th of the 10th. So what's that? 7th of October.
He's so excited for it. Look at him.
I am honestly. I've got the first two. My kids love it, and I love playing it with them. I love Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon characters are awesome.
I hate what they've done with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Nah, I don't know. Have you seen that new one that's coming to Netflix?
It looks horrendous. That art style is fucking hideous. That is not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll tell you what I want. I'll tell you what I really want. I want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that's based on the 1990s movies character design with Michael Bay's CGI. That's what I want.
It's not coming up. It's not going to happen though, mate.
That's the perfect balance, I think. There's got that Seth Rogen one coming. Is that the one that's on Netflix?
That might be.
That looks fucking awful.
But yeah, I love games. I love games. So
I watched the first movie the other day because I just finished.
Yeah, you were on about that the other day, weren't we?
I just watched Shredder's Revenge. It's not fucking aged well at all, but it's still just as brilliant. Like the animatronic faces and shit. Oh my god, they're brilliant.
Is that the one with Kevin Nash as Shredder in?
No, that's the second one.
They all blend into one, and then the third one was it Secret of the Ooze or something?
No, Secret of the Ooze is the second one. The one they go back to Japan.
That's it. The one in Japan's the third one.
That was fucking awful, but it's so awful, it's brilliant. They're my childhood, man. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's why I can't I can't stand to watch what Nickelodeon are fucking doing to them.
Thimber in chat says they're usually quite okay. I mean, what more do you want? Quite okay is
quite okay.
No, what I mean is that they're not going to beat Mario Kart, but they're decent enough.
Quite okay.
Kart racing games. But the second one was loads better than the first. The only downside I can say to the second game was, like I say, none of the characters say anything. They just sort of grunt and stuff. And when you've got classic characters, you've got like SpongeBob, you've got the Turtles, and you've got all those sort of characters. You want them to be chatting stuff. And this was the same problem that Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl had, where it had no voice acting in. Yeah. They've now patched that in. They've now done an update and added voice acting to all the characters, and it's 100% better. So I look forward to this, because the second Nickelodeon Kart Racer was decent. My kids will play it, I'll play it, and like I say, I can get them into it a bit more. But it feels a bit dead. You know, when you're playing a racing game and no one says anything, they're just driving around.
Yeah.
You need to have them shouting stuff at each other and stuff when you fire weapons and stuff. I'm
going to mention it again now. I mention it every show now, but hopefully someone at Nickelodeon will see these shows and will hear my fucking cries for what I want. I want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game in the style of Gotham Knights. I want an open world Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game where you could fucking play as the Turtles in a world like Gotham Knights. That's what I want. Make it happen, Nickelodeon.
I tell you what, there is though. There's a Nickelodeon X Smite pack come out today. That's the new crossover for Smite. Is Nickelodeon, and there's a free pack on Xbox Game Pass by the looks.
If it's part of the new Battle Pass, I'll get it. If it's not, and it's like the Slipknot Pass, which was a fucking monstrosity, I'd like to add, paying 1,500 gems for one Slipknot character. Fucking joke. £15 for a Slipknot member. What is that about?
Oh, we're breaking him.
Should have been the Battle Pass. It should have been the Battle Pass. It should have been the Slipknot Battle Pass. None of this pick your own reward shit, and then they give you like 8 fucking skins you can choose from. How's that picking your own reward? I should have had a Slipknot Battle Pass.
Oh man. It's funny winding you up.
Say you play too much Smite without saying you play too much Smite.
Yeah. But apparently that's going. It's out now. It's going out live soon. Yeah, it doesn't say how it's priced or what it is. But if you are a Smite player, you can pick up Rocco, Invader Zim, Danny Phantom,
say that again,
Jenny, and Powdered Toast Man.
You can get Rocco.
So, yeah, he's going to be a character skin. It doesn't say. It just says.
I'm fucking getting that. I love Rocco.
You're going to buy it. You're going to get it. He's going to get it.
This is who they're releasing it for. Idiots like him.
Yeah. I love Rocco. Rocco's Modern Life is fantastic.
Well, it's only 15 quid. You're going to get it.
Invader Zim actor slams Smite Nickelodeon crossover.
Because he's not being paid for it, so...
Yeah, maybe.
See, Fortnite gets all the good stuff and Smite gets all the crap from Nickelodeon.
Yeah, they've gone out trying to get stuff. They're like, can we get that? Like, oh, no, Fortnite did it first. Right, what's next?
Let me just read this.
Fortnite did it first.
Let me just read this.
Oh, what else is there? Ooh, Slipknot's out.
For the record, Smite Game made a licensing deal with Nickelodeon for the use of Nickelodeon characters, including Zim. Smite Game would not go union, and Nickelodeon allowed this. Not only is it offensive and disrespectful, make no mistake, the Zim skin is not me.
Well, no, it's not. It's Invader Zim, but hey, it's not his voice, obviously, which sucks, but it's still Zim, the character.
I bet Rocco's Dan Zaburu.
Says Hades.
I have no idea that.
TV keeps getting weirder and weirder.
We don't care that much.
I'm just watching it.
He's so excited, look. He's laughing at me
about Rocco!
And he's like, Rocco on Smite! Oh my god!
I love Rocco. I'll sort that out after.
Oh dear.
What else have we got to talk about?
Games.
I sent you a DM, Redders.
Oh, is it a dick pic?
Yeah.
Nice. So. Oh yeah, I saw these. So Danish entertainment company Nordisk has fully acquired the Dark Pictures and Until Dawn Studios Supermassive Games. So another acquisition. What's your guys' thoughts on this?
I was surprised really because I thought were they not because they sort of teamed up with Embracer, didn't they? For doing
no.
Yeah, I'm sure it was had something to do with I can't remember this. I don't know if it was Embracer Group or one of the sister studios to it. I assumed they were actually owned by them. I didn't realise they were still fully independent because they did Dark Pictures. Was that for Bandai?
I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I hear
like
a lot of
I
things.
think it is. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. So and I thought then they moved to the quarry was with Embracer, so I thought they've been acquired before them. I don't know why I assumed that, but I did. But they are saying this. Nordisk Games are saying they're going to put a lot of development power behind them to hopefully, obviously, for the next projects. Obviously, they've shown them something in the pipeline that they want or that thing's going to do well, and quite interesting to see. But I think they've invested
30% last year. I'm just having a read. So.
Yeah, I think they've got the fingers in a few pies, haven't they? Nordisk Games quite on the slide. So, but yeah, it'd be quite interesting because obviously Supermassive Games, everyone pretty much remembers Until Dawn. brilliant, amazing game. I really enjoyed it. Didn't really get much of a push behind it when it was when it was coming out, but I really enjoyed it. I thought the story was brilliant.
I've heard
Dark
really good
Pictures.
things. I'm not a very big horror game fan, so I don't play them for that.
The games, but you can play them co-op. I started playing the Dark Pictures anthology. I think I'm halfway through Little Hope, playing with me mate when he gets a chance to come on. So you play him co-op, but you're both seeing and doing different things. And it works really, really well. And obviously really enjoyed it, different experiences and things like that. I haven't played The Quarry yet, but I do believe that the co-op's not out as of yet.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming soon, though. I've played the first one, the first Dark Pictures with the missus in co-op, and it's quite fun because like you don't have a say over what they choose. So like when she was like doing something, like, oh, you've killed that guy, that you've caused him to die, and they like wind her up and stuff. But it's fun. It's a fun little sort of co-op experience, actually, in a way you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, they do it really well. They do it different. It's very different to how a lot of co-op games work. I think the other sort of one I remember that sort of makes where you can make different decisions. Is that the It Takes Two?
Yeah.
Is that the one same sort of thing? It's not many of the games.
That's more of a platform of that one. It Takes Two.
Yeah, but it's that sort of co-op element where you're making independent decisions that affect the story and the outcome, which is. Yeah. You don't really see many games now. It's more of you're literally doing the same mission together. Don't matter what you do, it's still the same outcome. There's nothing different, no actions, no consequences. You don't really see many games like that now. But I believe, is it next week it comes out, that Dusk Falls?
Yeah, that's like six-player co-op, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah. Same sort of thing. You all make decisions, influence different actions, consequences, and outcomes with the game. It's something that you don't really see that often. But yeah, I'm looking forward to actually trying that. But yeah, I hope with Supermassive now having this big company behind them, fully being owned, and pretty much hopefully gives them unlimited money.
Yeah.
To an extent, that we're going to see something better. Because kind of after Until Dawn, things kind of dropped off.
I've only ever heard good things about those games. Yeah, it's not for me.
I like the VR one they did. I must admit, the VR spin-off for Until Dawn was really good.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that on the PSVR. Yeah, I thought it was great. It was so good. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, that was awful. Going through that bit where there's just dead pigs hanging around everywhere.
Yeah, fantastic. Good fun. Good fun.
No. You want a fun game to play in VR? Play Paranormal Activity.
You will not
sleep. You will not sleep.
No chance.
Oh, I had to come off it. Seeing a girl hammering nails on this window, and it's like, what's she doing? The hell is she doing? And she just turns around, looks at you, screams at you, and runs at you. And I'm like, hiding in a cupboard. Yeah, no.
You a fan of horror games, Terry?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm the same. I
don't play them. I did play Until Dawn on that because I don't really see that game as a horror. That's more of a thriller.
No. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, no, I couldn't really get into their games. So it's one of the things for me is they reuse their characters in their games and they just give them a different name, and it just bothers me because I'm like, why didn't you just make all new characters in your game? Why are you reusing?
Yeah, they use the same actors, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, like they use the exact same. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I'm like, wait a minute, I seen this girl in every single one of their games, and she has a different role to play. I'm like, I can't deal with this.
It's like those Hallmark movies where it's like the same 3 different actors. They just spin them round in between it. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah,
I just don't like that feeling of. I mean, I don't mind horror movies. I love horror movies. Me and the missus always watch horror movies, but I don't like horror games. I don't like that feeling of like shitting your pants whilst you're trying to enjoy. Because I play video games for fun. I don't see how sitting on the edge of your fucking seat on the verge of crapping yourself fun. That's not fun for me. I'd much rather not.
That's just old age.
It is. Yeah, I don't enjoy that feeling. And movies are different because you get the audio cues. You can tell when there's going to be a jump scare because the audio changes. You don't get that in games. It's very much like right on the fucking screen. I don't like that. It's not for me.
Yeah, it's kind of one of them genres you've really got to be into to put over it. I think the last one I properly played near enough to the end, but I got stuck was Alien Isolation because I love the Alien films. The originals, absolutely love them. So playing Alien Isolation, atmosphere and everything, brilliant, but
I couldn't even play Doom.
Being stuck.
I couldn't even play Doom when that was trying to be like serious. Just couldn't do
Doom's
it.
Doom's not horror.
It used to be quite horror. Like it was pretty grim, but like the new one, the latest reboot and the one after that, Eternal, fucking love it. I don't mind gore. I'll happily sit and watch gore. But when you start throwing fucking ghosts and spirits and shit in it and demons, I'm like, no.
Oh well, you don't want to play the new Ghostbusters game, mate. That'd be way too, way too deep, way too scary.
I ain't got no time for that shit. I like sleeping at night. It doesn't leave me when I turn the console off. It stays with me. I can't deal with that. I'd much rather dream about Crash Bandicoot.
He's still got PTSD over Casper, man. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
I still don't know how he died. Didn't he die in a field or some shit on a sled?
They never explain it.
They do in the movies.
How did Casper die?
Really?
According to the film, he died from pneumonia.
Yeah.
He got sick.
He went out on a sled, and then they couldn't find him, and he died of pneumonia in the movie.
But then they brought him back to life and let him die again.
Yeah.
I don't think they actually
he was only allowed
bring him back to life. He was only allowed back
till midnight.
It was like Cinderella because
he was alive. He was alive. He was in a human body.
I love that movie.
Yeah, but
that was possession. That was possession. He wasn't alive. He possessed the body.
That was PG demonic possession.
But he was in his own body as a kid, so he was brought back to life. And if he was technically still dead whilst being alive, then that girl that was with him, that's got necrophilia
he was still a
written all
ghost.
over it.
They just gave him the ability to form like a physical body.
He was stuck in that machine, wasn't he, to do that, and then they turned him into a boy again.
No, it didn't. The machine didn't turn him into a boy. It was It didn't. He turned into like an egg in the machine. Watch the film. He turns into an egg.
Him in that machine. They fed him with ghost juice.
No, they don't.
He became a boy.
No, they don't. It was what's his face's dead wife who gives him the powers to come back as a living boy.
Well, she couldn't give him the powers like forever.
No, because they only had one
one egg.
The demon juice, the ghost boy juice. He gave that to Christina Ricci's dad, who'd fallen through that hole and died. So he gives him that so he can come back for her. And then he's like, well, I'm fucked, I'm a ghost now. And then his wife comes in and is like, woo, I'm really here. And
have a prom night.
Powers. That's it, yeah. Have a prom night. I've been watching too much Cinderella, so you've only got till midnight. and that was it. And then that's how it ends.
Moral of the story.
They kiss and they float up and they start dancing and they float spinning around.
So why did Casper turn into an egg, but Bill, what's his face?
Because they didn't do it right.
Right.
No, he turned into an egg because as they were doing it, the funny guy, pulls out the
ghost juice.
Pulls out the ghost juice, so he just turns into an egg.
Moral of the story, make more ghost juice.
Yeah.
Could bring everyone back to life.
Yeah, and then if you ever watch the second Casper film, it's just weird. You don't want to. He starts off on like a train, like he's going to the afterlife, and then he like gets off it and falls off, and then ends up in that house. So it's like, oh, he's just trapped in purgatory now because he got off his train. It's so weird. It's just shit.
I used to love the cartoon. The cartoon was brilliant. But yeah.
I think it must have just been too traumatic for me because I've just blocked most of it. I don't remember anyone turning into an egg.
As Renner said, he's so scared. I'm gonna put this on Twitter. Casper as an egg.
Wasn't it Christina Ricci? She was in it.
Yeah. Exactly why we watched that film, because fantastic acting.
But it raises so many more questions. No.
Apparently she's playing. She's got a character in the new Wednesday Addams Family show.
Yeah, but she should have been Wednesday. The mum. She should have been the mum.
Who is she in the new one?
Oh, I don't know. She's not the mum, and she's not Wednesday, so it's
mute point.
Yeah. Oh, it just makes me want to go watch the Addams Family films now.
You don't really see much of her anymore, do you? She's very good in Monster. with Charlize
She's just
Theron.
done. She's just done a horror film. I haven't watched it yet. I've got it, but I haven't watched it yet. That's supposed to be decent. Casper. I'm just tweeting Casper as.
Fucking hell, he's still going on about this fucking egg.
There we go.
I'll tell you what, it makes me happy to see Winona Ryder getting work and like how big Stranger Things has been. Because like there was a period where she just fell off the face of the earth, wasn't there? And then
That's because she was sticking some kind of trousers in shops. That's why.
She was in Stranger Things. She's a fucking brilliant actress.
She was in Star Trek as well. She was Spock's mum.
Did she?
Yeah, she was like, he went to grab her in the teleporter and the planet collapses and he misses her. He's like, no, mum. There you go.
He's like, what?
Yeah.
No, mum.
And his dad just stands there and goes,
whatever Vulcan is. Yeah, and his dad's like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I've got no feelings.
Apparently she's
sorry.
Apparently she's doing a new Addams Family with Johnny Depp. Rumored.
That's never going to happen.
I don't know. I think it might happen. Johnny Depp's just landed his first movie role since the trial.
He's been offered. He is considering going back to Pirates of the Caribbean. Seems they've offered him $350 million.
He won't go back to Pirates of the
Caribbean. He won't go back.
Not unless he gets $1
I
million.
remember he kept going on about how he was never going to work with Disney again. I'm like, but money talks.
Not unless he gets
$350 million.
How many alpacas is he getting?
Yeah, if anything, this court case has probably boosted his career.
I don't think
everybody wants him now.
I can't see him
He
going
will.
to Paris. Apparently, Amber Heard's insurance team has just said, yeah, we're not paying the $8 million settlement because you willfully committed defamation. So now they've bailed on her. It's not looking good for poor old Amber Heard.
Yeah, she's also trying to do like a mistrial thing too.
Yeah.
She's claiming one of the jurors was doing something. I'm like, I don't know. Like you're reaching.
Because
you're reaching.
It's cheaper to pay her lawyers than it is to pay Johnny Depp.
That's crazy, isn't it? No, she lost fair and square.
Yeah. Ash, give us another topic.
Appeals. Yeah,
we're on Amber Heard. Give us another topic.
Egg.
Yeah, I'm going back. Let's have a look. Good. We'll talk about maybe some numbers. Cuphead's DLC has reached 1 million players in its first 2 weeks, which is really good. The Delicious Last Course. So that's really cool. Great numbers for that.
I don't know why I thought Cuphead was a fucking Xbox exclusive. It's not, is it?
No. It may have been if they'd have brought it out when they first announced it, but it's been like 2 years, so it's out on everything now. So and it doesn't bother me. I don't see the point of locking down DLC and stuff, but hopefully they do a sequel because I quite like Cuphead. It is devilishly hard though, but
that's the kind of game I'd throw a controller at.
Yeah, it's fun with friends though. It's fun with friends, definitely when you've got 2 players. I'm trying to see. Oh, we're getting a really cool Day of the Tentacle remaster coming in physical edition, thanks to Limited Run Games. Now, that's one of Double Fine's and like Lucasfilm games as classic sort of point-and-click adventure games. Pre-orders begin July 22nd to September the 4th, and you can get like the standard sort of physical, and there's also a really cool sort of collector's edition which has the soundtrack, a couple of like a reversible poster, a microwavable hamster hand warmer, a tentacle flag, and some fake bath. I mean, classic stuff, but it's nice to see Xbox finally getting these limited run games. And obviously Day of the Tentacle is really cool, and I think they said they've got another one to announce at some point soon as well, so probably might be another Double Fine game, maybe what's it called, the one with the motorcyclist. That'd be a good one. I'd pick that one up. I'm just seeing what news has.
I'm looking forward to Stray. I want to play Stray. I want to play
next week.
A cat. That's what I want to play. A cat full of robots. It does look really, really good. I mean, I'm looking forward.
I
to
did
that.
like what I saw at the state of play of Stray. I didn't think I was going to like it. I thought playing a cat fucking stupid, but I was really impressed by the game.
It looks fun. It does. It
look
looks really, really fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that Callisto. Is it Callisto Protocol?
Callisto Protocol as well.
Really
yeah.
It's
a horror game.
Yeah, but it's not.
You don't play horror games.
It's gore though, isn't it?
It is a horror game.
I'm all right with gore.
Did you not watch? Did you see something completely different from what everyone else seen?
But
But it was like, being
Tell him.
apart.
I'll tell you what. Put
game.
a video game in front of me where you throw someone into a fucking blender. I'm all for it. Put a video game in front of me where there's a fucking ghost that tries to get inside your ass. I'm not playing it. I'm happy with gore.
Did you,
Blending people is fine.
Yeah.
Casper not fine.
Blending
walking
people
past
is-
that corpse and his eyes open and then
Yeah.
he turns around and it's there in front
This
of
is
him?
gore.
That's
I'm fine with
Callisto
gore.
Protocol.
I'm fine with gore. Put a fucking egg in front of me that talks. Not a chance. Put
A ghost
gore in
that turns into an egg in a machine.
Show me a scrambled egg. All for it.
Going too far.
Casper survival horror game.
Oh, man.
We're also getting a Psychonauts physical release, and that was causing a bit of uproar on Twitter because fanboys were getting up at it because it's £70 on both PlayStation and Xbox. But like I say,
ENEBA. Sorry, go on.
it's a physical, like a limited edition physical sort of thing. So it's through IM 8-bit, so it's going to be more expensive than a standard retail game. Stop using it for your silly fanboy nonsense,
What
you
game is that?
bellends.
Psychonauts.
Psychonauts 2, yeah, it's getting a physical version.
Oh, okay.
We need the updated version. Psychonauts 1 on the PlayStation has like better resolution and trophies. Why have we not got that on Xbox? I want to play it with trophies and achievements and stuff like that. So
It's completely off topic. Saints Row's out next month.
I can't wait. Cannot wait. There's so many good games coming
Tell you
out.
what, it's lucky that game's coming out when I'm just about to head to Argentina. Can't wait.
That's it, yeah.
I'm still busy with Grand Theft Auto 5.
But
You're the problem. You are the problem.
Everything into 5. We need more. We need more in 5.
Rockstar were trying to defend it again the other day, weren't they? The delay for 6.
was that like the Naughty Dog saying Last of Us remake's not a cash grab?
GTA 6 needs to meet players' expectations.
Yeah, because they've pretty much dropped the Red Dead Online, haven't they? They've
Red
pretty much
Dead.
left it out-
Red Dead
left it
Online
out
was
to
fucking
die.
dead the week
I never
after they
played it.
launched the game.
Yeah, I never played it. I gave up on the game because I didn't like, having to brush my horse and bathe and all that. I just wanted to play a game be a cowboy. But, I liked where you could punch your horse and it would just like boot you and run away. That was fun.
You didn't
But
like the
other than
game. You didn't like it because you had to bath and shit and be a cowboy. But you liked it because you could punch your horse in the face and it would run off.
I liked being the cowboy, but I didn't like, I've got to go and get a bath, I've got to clean my clothes, I've got to brush my horse,
I've got to punch this horse.
It was just fun because it was funny because you'd accidentally punch it in the head and then it would just like boot you across the screen and run off. It was like, that was quite amusing. But other than that, no. The horse testicles, graphics, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Swayed perfectly as they were walking. But other than that,
What the fuck is this conversation?
I don't
I have
know.
no idea. No idea.
I didn't like Red Dead Online because you had to bathe and brush your horse.
It did. It was literally like it was a boring game. Apart from it was boring.
All the man wanted to do was punch horses.
It was because that was fun.
Now,
Punch horses.
that's being a cowboy. That is. Nay, oosh. Right in the face. Fucking hell.
Oh,
We're getting Bright Memory Infinite this month as well. That comes out
Is
in
it
a
the
couple
full
of
game
weeks.
though? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
with
the full game.
Bright Infinite. Like, what is the deal with it? Because
That's
it's
the
like
Bright Memory Infinite is the full game.
it's like £1.
No, that's that Bright
the prequel
Memory
bit.
is the prequel, which is like a trimmed down
Awful.
sort of.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
Awful.
It's not. It should have been a demo for free.
You not like it, BMG?
But
Did you not
I
like
just
it?
didn't like it. I didn't know like the way it just looked awful, played
it-
awful.
Was there not enough horse punching for you?
yeah,
No,
that's it. There wasn't enough.
no.
There wasn't enough.
It's got to be standard
horse
now.
testicles swaying in the wind or something.
If I ain't punching a horse and proper testicle swaying, I'm not interested.
Fucking hell.
It's been a slow week for interesting news, hasn't it?
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
It's
it's
been
been a
a
bit of a shit one.
we-
Always is in July, August.
I blame you, Redders.
If
Ruined it.
I know.
It's the quiet time now, isn't it?
It
There's
is.
not a great deal coming out.
This is why I want to go
Obviously,
on.
everything been delayed.
This is why I want to go on holiday for the next month. But Ash won't let me. He's whipping
No,
me like
I
a
want you to
fucking
work hard.
donkey.
Whipped you like a donkey, that's it, yeah.
He's hitting me like fucking BMG hits his horse. Relentless. What else?
When you're talking about physical games, though, and all these limited run things, are you more for physical games or are you all digital?
I used to
Because I'm all digital for
I'm all
everything
digital
now.
now. I used to be very much a physical guy. I liked having a collection. But then I was sitting at home one day looking at my collection. I had like fucking 250 games. I'm like, I'm not playing any of these. They're literally just sitting there gathering dust. So I traded them all in, and then the games that I wanted to play that I got rid of, I just bought digitally. I've been digital ever since. And then I found the wonderful world of ENEBA, and it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, if you like your digital games, definitely check out ENEBA. If you use the link in our description, it does help the channel, and you can get some awesome discounts.
Yeah.
So you include all consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC. I mean, you get those new PlayStation Plus subscriptions as well, cheap, which is a bonus. I did that.
I'll tell you what, Argentina's a beautiful place. So is Turkey. Spend
Yeah.
a lot of our time there in Argentina.
We do here. But I'm majority digital. Like I say, I will buy the majority of my games digitally. I find the ease of having them all just there, not having cases everywhere. I mean, I used to have like about 5 years ago, I'd have pretty much every single console ever. I had thousands of games, but they just got in the way, and I never used them. And I like collecting, but I also feel like if you're not using it, get rid. And it's just gathering dust. So I sort of got rid of everything I wasn't using, trimmed down to sort of like a handful of consoles I like. And the only physicals I've kept, bar my like Evercade stuff because you can't get it digitally, is my 360 and my Xbox One games. But I'm in the process of clearing out a lot of my Xbox One stuff that I've either got digitally now because obviously through Games with Gold, or I've just finished them. I don't play them. I'm going to clear all them out as well. And I'm like I say, I'm about 95% digital. And I'll only buy physical if it's cheaper.
Did you get rid of your physicals? As the wife was like, "It's either the games or the marriage." So you had to get rid of all the fucking.
No,
games.
no, she wasn't that bothered. I had a whole cupboard where they were literally like 4 rows. Solid. It was like a door I opened. It was just cases. So I liked having them. I used to have a shop as well, selling games and stuff. So I had a lot from that.
Yeah.
When I shut it, but I like retro, a lot of retro, but to collect retro, it's so expensive, and I just emulate it nowadays because or I get those mini consoles because I don't play them enough to warrant having all of the games. But I still pick up the odd physical, like I picked up the new Lego Star Wars physical, and I picked up GTA Trilogy physical because they were cheaper than I could get them digital by far. So like if I can get them a lot cheaper, I'll pick them up. But most of the time, it's cheaper digitally. So it just depends on the game, really. But 95%, I'm all digital. It's so much more. And you get all the reward points. You've got to get those sweet, sweet Microsoft rewards. Spend all that money, and then it just tops it up. So.
What about you, Terry? You digital or physical?
Yeah, like I'm all digital now. I just don't like the clutter. So I just... So yeah, I don't deal with it. I mean... There's a game that I know, like pretty much if it's a game I know I want, I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna get it digitally, and then I still rent games. I'm not sure about. So that way, I just got tired of spending money on games, and then I ended up not liking them.
Yeah.
Or buy, like I don't buy into the Game Pass stuff, or not the game. The year one passes and all that stuff. Like I don't do that anymore. I wait until they're completely out so I know exactly what's going to be in there before I purchase it, because I got tired of buying, these passes for content, and then it was like a whole bunch of stuff for like PvP only, and I didn't even play the PvP stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got stung buying games where you buy that bundle up front with the all in, and then the game is trash, and you're like, I don't even want to play the DLC. And you're like, oh God, what have I done with my life here? I've now got a physical game.
Do that.
With
I don't do
extra
that no
content.
more.
Yes, I'm the same. There's only a handful of games I'll pre-order like up front, which like Saints Row, I'm definitely going to get day one.
Looks so fun. That looks so fun.
The rest of it, I'll either wait till it drops in price a little, or I've seen some like gameplay and reviews of it. But a lot of the time, a lot of the stuff I want to play has been coming to Game Pass, which has been fantastic. So I'll play it on Game Pass, and then I'll pick it up at a later date. So I'll still own it eventually, but it means I don't have to put everything out up front, which is like, especially with like the Xbox Studios games, like the new. I bought the Forza Horizon VIP pass thing with all the content because I love Forza Horizon. But I didn't have to put that massive outgoing when it first came out to buy the game and the VIP and all the DLC up front. So it's a win in that sense. But
are you?
I hate being stung.
Are you getting Saints Row BMG?
I've never played a Saints Row game.
Oh, mate,
I'm in the Grand Theft Auto. And the Grand Theft Auto.
I love
Saints
Grand
Row.
Theft Auto, but you've got to give Saints Row.
They're so different. They're so different. Like Saints Row is more comedy. It's just silly.
Grand Theft Auto, like they used to be quite funny, but it wasn't as blatant. Saints Row is very much in your face with the humor. Yeah. That's what I love about it.
I think I own
Saints Row 3 is amazing.
I've got the remaster
Re-Elected because I picked it up for like £1.59 on an Xbox.
You were ripped off there because Saints Row 4 Re-Elected is really bad. I think.
All right.
It goes like up to 3. Down to Re-Elected. Then there was that like spin-off, which isn't that bad, where you're in hell and you're flying around as like a demon. And that if you can buy it for £1 is good. Yeah. But the remaster of 3 is a really good remaster. It's one of the better remasters.
It's one of the ones I was going to do a live stream playthrough of it.
Highly recommend it. Like I say, I mean they've redone like the graphics engine. It looks fantastic. It's the exact same game. Now, isn't it? But you get all the content and the DLC, which is nice. But the new one, when it first was announced, I was up for hyped. Then my hype dropped, but then I saw all that gameplay, and my hype went straight back up. I'm like, this looks like it reminds me of Saints Row here.
It's like Saints Row meets Just Cause, I think, the new one.
That's and I'm all up for that.
It looks so fun.
If you do Just Cause 3 is amazing. I love that game.
If you do decide to give it a go, BMG, you can get the new Saints Row game on ENEBA for £58 at the moment for the Platinum Edition, the £94 edition here in the UK. Basically, you can get it for £58 on ENEBA. Cost of living crisis, man. You got to save your pennies.
That's it. It's on the backlog stuff. We'll see. There's not enough out on it yet to sway me, but at the moment, I wouldn't
that's
even
entertain it at the moment.
One thing though, for anyone interested in Saints Row, that if you buy the new Saints Row and you get the Platinum, you get the remastered number 3 included for free if you don't already own it.
I'm fucking glad I bought the remastered now then.
I've got the remaster I bought the remaster physical, so I'm looking forward to buying the Platinum to then get rid of the physical disc, so I'll have it digitally. So there's clouds to all linings.
You mean
that's one good thing about buying physical as well. You can then buy them cheaper later digitally in the sales. So.
I only own one single physical game.
GTA 5, isn't it?
The best 360 game that they ever made. And I've got it framed.
They're going to be like Skyrim.
Oh, wow.
Superman Return.
What a fucking banger. Get that on the wall, lad.
Best game.
That should be where that Sonic thing is.
Oh God! I'll tell you what, you can get one of those really cool ones on Etsy where they like take an old game, put it in a frame and shit, like games from your childhood.
Frame a game is Kirk from Grumpy Gamers podcast. He pretty much frame anything for you, any game, controller, anything. Does them in frames now, and he did that for me because it's my favourite game ever. I wish that it was on the backwards compatibility program.
I can't even tell if you're taking the piss.
I love it. I'm huge Superman fan.
Yeah, but like
Superman.
It's not that bad. Superman Returns, but it's no like Superman.
It was all right. No, God, no. It was all right. It was open world. It was something different. I wish we'd have a new Superman game. But
what the fuck are you doing?
Just won't do it.
What the fuck are you doing with it? It's Superman.
Superman.
That's just it.
Superman.
What do you do?
You
just run around everywhere collecting rings and shoving them somewhere where nobody sees.
He's one of the worst fucking superheroes ever. He's Superman. He's basically a fucking god. Nothing can affect him. Oh no, look. Lex Luthor's got some kryptonite. Dun dun dun. That is fucking Superman. He's so boring.
Yeah, there's a guy that lives in the city across from him that pretends he's a giant bat.
Yeah, but he's
eccentric. It's fine.
He's had to make that suit. He's got weaknesses.
Superman hasn't. Batman didn't make his own suit, did he?
He did.
His mum make it.
No, because his mum was dead. His mum made his feelings that made him Batman. God, what more do you want?
His mum was named Martha.
Superman. Batman had the same mother.
What are the fucking chances?
That's a really lazy
Why did you
writing
say
in
that
DC, isn't it?
name? Fucking hell. Beating the living piss out of each other, but they come together because their mums are both called Martha. Amazing.
Oh my god, this has gone way off. Way off.
I'll tell you what, I'd be happy if they brought back Henry Cavill to do another Superman movie. Man of Steel was great. But then it got let down by the Justice League and everything else that came out.
As long as they bring back Batfleck, I'm fine.
I like
more
Batfleck.
in my
Tell you
life.
what, the Snyder Cut of Justice League, yeah, it's a very long-ass film, but it is so much better than what was released in the cinemas.
I just didn't want to watch it. I hated the fucking Justice League.
Oh, it's amazing. Watch
so
it.
much better. Watch
And I
it.
didn't want to sit through 3 more hours of fucking
It
Justice League.
splits it into chapters though, so you can sort of
Yeah.
stop every sort of like hour and a half, 2 hours.
I don't know.
But it
I
gives
just
you
found it to be
context.
so boring. It was so boring.
Oh.
I,
It was so
Really?
much better.
I remember watching.
I couldn't sit through and watch it. Like his edited version was just as boring to me as the other version. It was just awful. I couldn't do it.
It's a fun
Boy,
story.
it's so much better.
The first time I watched Batman versus Superman, I got it on Blu-ray, and I was watching it, and I fell asleep about an hour and a half in, and I woke up about 45 minutes after, and I remember being physically fucking angry because I had to rewind and watch the last 45 minutes because it was just such a boring fucking film. So
it's a shame
boring.
because, like I say, I feel like they're both perfect actors. Like him as Superman is perfect casting, and I think Ben Affleck is such a good Batman. I just think he's good, but the
Christian
films
Bale.
let them down.
Batman's one of those where you've got
Christian, Bale, he was Batman with asthma.
Batman's one of those where you either get a really good Bruce Wayne and you get a shit Batman, or you get a really good Batman but a really shit Bruce Wayne. I felt like
Have you watched the new one?
I felt like Christian Bale's the only
No, I haven't
guy.
watched the new one yet.
I feel like Christian Bale's the only guy that got both parts right. I have seen the Batman. Very good movie. Very good. Very fucking solid movie.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Didn't
But
like it.
Take
All
off-
I see is it's
Take off the fucking helmet.
sparkly vampire Batman versus a gimp. That's what it looks like on the trailers.
I've never known a Batman.
The Riddler looks like a gimp.
Gimp man.
Batman wants to go and see a mob boss. He's not going to go. You wouldn't think he's going to go knock on the front door of the nightclub and they tell him to wait there while they close the door and go and ask the boss if he wants to see Batman. That's what he does.
There's a crazy man at the door in a bat suit. You want to see him?
Wait. Just wait there 1 minute. Shuts the door, goes to his boss and went, freak outside, pointy ears, calls himself Batman, wants to see you. Yeah, let him in. Let him in.
I thought Patterson was a
And he
really
walks
good
everywhere
Batman.
slow. But he walks everywhere so slow. Purposely walks really slow.
I thought he was
He's
a really good
like, why
Batman, but a shit Bruce Wayne.
I just crap at both.
Ah, he's
He just,
great.
he just looks like an emo in the trailers. It
does.
doesn't appeal. I'll watch
Could
it.
you
and I'll
imagine
probably
it though?
enjoy it,
The
but-
bat lights up in the fucking
Riddler makes
sky.
the film.
The bat-
Riddler makes the film.
The bat lights up in the fucking sky. Robert Pattinson's there like, oh, for fuck's sake. Pulls out the old fucking makeup kit. They're just applying his fucking mascara and, his face
Stood in train station
slaps
toilet.
the helmet on. Like, his people, guys around him, like, what are you doing, Bruce? Like, he's just standing there putting on fucking eyeliner and shit.
Oh, shit.
And Andy Serkis is Alfred.
Yeah.
Do you know there's never been a bad Alfred though? Really, in
Andy
any
Serkis
film.
was great as Alfred.
You want to go and get my precious?
I love Andy Serkis. He deserves more recognition. He was great as in Planet of the Apes as well. I didn't realise it was him in fucking the Marvel movies. But it was, wasn't it? It was him who lost his arm to me and got a fucking...
What you mean? You mean the one with the same face as Andy Serkis?
The one who's got the same face as Andy Serkis, yeah.
And it's got the same voice.
I didn't realise it was Andy Serkis.
But he's not playing. I thought they
blind,
would have
for
got him
fuck's
to play
sake, give me a
Gollum
break.
in the new game.
You what?
Because that's out in September.
It's not based on the movie though.
Right, okay.
They've just made it look as close. They've made it look like that Avengers game where it's like they went to Wish and went, we would like the Avengers, but they went Gollum and they were like, oh, this kind of looks like Gollum from the films. Put him in.
I don't understand that decision from the Avengers lot. Like, why would you make an Avengers game at the peak of Marvel's success, where they've just released Endgame, and have all of the Avengers look nothing like the ones in the movie?
Funny. To be fair, though, it worked with Guardians of the Galaxy game. That was a really good game, and they were fine.
They
were all different.
They must have had to sign over their likenesses, though, for like merch and shit. Why can't they just do that for the Avengers game?
Because they probably charge twice as much for likeness on top of...
Because if you had the likeness but not the voices, it's not going to work, is it? I think they tried taking it in their own direction, and it just didn't work. See, the story to the game is brilliant, but the multiplayer is just... they should have just made it a single-player game.
It didn't know what it wanted to be. That was the problem. It didn't know what it wanted to be. Part of it wanted to be like an action game. Another part wanted it to be like a live service game.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy was amazing. I thought it was an absolute... Drax was the best character in that game. Absolutely amazing. Brilliant game. And it's on both services. It's on both Game Pass and PlayStation Plus Extra tier and Premium tier. So if no one's played it, highly recommend playing it.
Yeah.
If you love your 80s music,
fucking bad. Don't try and stream it. Whatever you do, you'll pick up like 100 fucking copyright strikes in a 2-hour stream. Jesus, I tried to stream it.
It has a streaming option. You can turn off the music, and there's a streaming.
Oh, can you? That wasn't there when I.
Yeah, it plays. I'm sure there is, and it plays like just generic rock crap, like rubbish. But hey,
it plays the original music that they have in the game, but anything copyrighted they just took out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It just it doesn't play like the proper songs.
But the annoying thing about it when you put it in that mode, it keeps the text that you're on stream mode on top of your screen, so you have to see that old.
Oh, that's annoying.
Anyway, I think we're out of topics, aren't we?
Yeah, I think that wraps it up for today.
We've been going on for like a super long time now. We're normally finished by now.
We were going downhill when we started talking about Casper being an egg.
See what Casper as an egg looks like. Find it over on our Twitter page right now.
So yeah, before we go, every show we like to give our guests an opportunity to let people know where they can be found and stuff. So Terry, where can people find you? What are you up to? And all that fun stuff.
All right, you can go ahead and you can find me on social media. I am on Twitter at coolcat_Terry. Otherwise, you can find me as coolcatterry on Instagram. I'm on Twitch, Coolcat Terry. I stream over there every Monday through Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Sundays, I'm part of Good Morning Xbox over on Axel1324's YouTube channel. So you can go ahead and you can check us out over there. And yeah, that's pretty much the... Oh, I'm on YouTube too. I have like my own stuff I throw up on there too.
Awesome.
I haven't uploaded in a while, because I've been working a lot. But you can check that out too.
Cool. BMG, my good friend, where can we find you?
Yeah, find me on Twitter at BoldmanGamer. Find me on Xbox and PlayStation at BoldmanGamer, and also on Roundtable Gaming, which is the last Sunday of every month, over on Stubbs Gaming's channel. But yeah, other than that's me.
Awesome. And you can catch me and Ash around the XBL Party Podcast YouTube channel. You know, we're both on Twitter. You can find us on Twitter. Got more streams coming this week. Ash is doing a stream tomorrow. Is that correct? You're doing a stream tomorrow?
I mean, I'm thinking of doing one tomorrow, depending on how hot it is. And it will either be Mech Jammer or Out There Oceans of Time. I'm not sure which one yet, but I'm aiming to do one of them this week.
Cool.
Or maybe both.
And I'll be doing a stream on Thursday night at 9 p.m. It was going to be yesterday, but I'm literally melting in this flat and the Xbox was turning off. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be a bit cooler on Thursday and we can get a stream going. But other than that, this has been the Xbox Live Party Podcast UK. I've been your host, Redders TV, and we will see you next week for the next one. Have a great evening and a good week.
Good night, guys.
Bye. Batman's better than Superman.